A long, long time ago, after Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt and through the Red Sea, they traveled through the desert until they reached a mighty place called Mount Sinai. God had rescued them from slavery, and now he spoke to them through Moses, saying, "If you obey me and keep my covenant, you will be my special treasure above all nations. You will be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation." When the people heard this, they all answered together,
"We will certainly do everything the Lord asks of us."
Then the Lord told Moses, "Go down and prepare the people. Get them ready, because I am coming to meet them." On the third day, everything changed. A thick, dark cloud wrapped itself around the mountain. Thunder shook the air. Lightning flashed across the sky. A trumpet blast echoed so loudly that everyone trembled. Moses led the people to the foot of the mountain.
"Do not be afraid. Come forward and witness the Lord's power."
And suddenly, the Lord came down in fire. The whole mountain shook like an earthquake. Flames, smoke, and thunder filled the sky. From inside the fire and cloud, God himself began to speak, loudly enough for the entire nation to hear. He spoke the 10 Commandments one by one, his voice rolling like a storm. The fear of the people. But the people were terrified. God's power was too much for them. They stepped back and begged Moses, "You speak to us, and we will listen. But do not let God speak to us again, or we will die." So Moses became the mediator, the one who would go up into the cloud to hear God's words and bring them back to the people. God gave Moses 2 stone tablets written by the very finger of God. But Moses stayed on the mountain for many days. The silence made the people restless and afraid. They went to Aaron and said,
"Make us gods to go before us. We do not know what has become of the one who led us."
Aaron took their gold and shaped it into a golden calf. The people danced, shouted, and celebrated around it, forgetting the God who had saved them. High on the mountain, God told Moses what had happened. Moses hurried down, carrying the holy tablets. When he saw the people worshiping the calf, his anger blazed. He lifted the tablets, the covenant written by God, and smashed them on the ground. The covenant had been broken. Moses destroyed the golden calf, grinding it into powder, and made the people drink it, a bitter reminder of their sin. But even after their failure, God still showed mercy. He told Moses, "Cut out 2 new stone tablets and come back up the mountain." Moses obeyed. He climbed the mountain again and stood in God's presence. God renewed his covenant. This time, Moses wrote the commandments on the tablets himself. When Moses came down the mountain, his face shone with a bright heavenly light because he had been with God. The people were afraid to come near him. So Moses covered his face with a veil when he spoke to them. Moses brought the new tablets and taught the people what God commanded. Everyone remembers the 10 Commandments. They weren't just rules, they were God's gift to guide his people. "You shall have no other gods before me." This meant the Israelites should worship only the one true God. "You shall not make for yourself an idol." God didn't want his people to worship statues or images as if they were gods. "You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God." They were to speak God's name with honor, not carelessly. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. God gave them 1 day each week to rest and think about Him. Honor your father and your mother. This meant they should respect and care for their parents. You shall not murder. Life is precious, and they were to protect one another. You shall not commit adultery. God wanted husbands and wives to be faithful to each other. You shall not steal. Taking what isn't yours is wrong. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Telling lies about others is harmful. You shall not covet. God wants us to be grateful, not jealous of what others have. The people promised to follow these commandments, and Moses helped them learn what each one meant. The 10 Commandments were more than just rules. They were a gift from God to help His people know right from wrong, to live in peace, and to treat one another with kindness and respect. In our world today, if we also want to experience peace in our homes, schools, and nation, we must follow God's commandments. Teach them to your children, and let your children teach them to their children. If this video blessed you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with others so more people can hear the good news of Christ.